So, let's start.
Okay.
Say, what do you need to say?
We finished the book of the witches, Roald Dahl.
What?
We finally finished this book. It is like the writings from Roald Dahl,
Okay.
and the book name is The Witches.
Okay. So, gerihalden vlogs में एक बार फिर खुशामदीद. Welcome back to gerihalden vlogs. And today we are again having a nice activity to talk about books. So this week we were reading a book and we just finished it together. All three boys, me and mom. So it was an amazing experience. Asnath, let's start with you. So what was our book and what was the title of the book and what did we learn from it?
The title was The Witches. It was written by Roald Dahl and illustrated by Quentin Blake. It was released in 1983, and the book was mainly taken place in Norway and partly in England.
Okay.
It's about a boy whose parents died, so he had to live with his grandma, and his grandma was very aware of witches, and they decided to take like all the witches in England away, and yeah.
Then what we call witches in Brushaski?
Judel.
No, in Brushaski.
I don't know.
Balhas. Balhashu. If it is plural, we say Balhashu. If it is singular, we say Balhas.
Okay.
What is the witch?
Balhas.
Okay, so Asnath already introduced you to the book and the title of the book, the writer of the book, and who was the illustrator?
Quentin
Blake, जिसने ये पिक्चर्स किताब के अंदर जो बनाई हैं वो उसको illustrator कहते हैं. Why this is important to tell about these small descriptions, small information of the book? It is called bibliographic
information.
Bibliographic information means title of the book, and whenever you read a book, you must remember the title of the book and then the writer of the book. That is the second important thing. The third important thing is that when the book was published. So these are bibliographic informations. Okay. So who is the illustrator? So these are small, and you can find this information on the title page of the book. Okay. So it's basically source of information. Okay, Imad, now you can tell us a little bit in detail what was in this book, what was the story about.
So the story was basically about a grandmother who used to be a witch hunter, and after she retired, she used to tell her grandson about some stories about the witches. The witches aren't real, but in this book they're real according to Roald Dahl. So the grandmother, she used to tell stories to her grandson about all the witches, and she used to tell him about how you can identify a witch and how witches seem like normal women but they aren't. And so one day the boy, they were planning on going on a vacation to some far mountainous area in Norway, but they couldn't because her grandmother got a disease, so they had to go stay in a hotel nearby. So after staying in the hotel, the boy met some witches, and he ended up turning into a mouse. So after that, the boy wanted to get rid of all the witches because they were planning on getting rid of all the children in the world. So the boy succeeded in that, and he got rid of all the witches in England first, and then he was on a mission or a journey to get rid of all the witches in the world.
Tell me about the story. Was it interesting?
Yes.
Did you love reading it?
Yes.
Was it boring or not?
Not
boring, eh? You tell.
Can I tell some of the stories?
Say something about the books. Say something about the whole week, what we did, how many days we took to finish this book.
Wait, Papa, can I just tell about the story?
Okay.
So basically, there's this boy who lives in England, but in the weekends he goes to Norway to visit his grandma. But one day they were going to Norway on a weekend, and that chocolate which turns kids into like mouses.
Would you allow me to interrupt you little bit?
Fine.
Okay. Actually, so why we are telling this story about book?
For other people.
For other people to read it. If you complete the story, then they will not read it. So leave it here incomplete so that it will keep them excited about the whole story, and then they will read it to finish it. Okay, so don't spoil the story. Okay, that is good. Okay, Asnad Ali, so tell me how many days it took to finish this book, number one, and how many pages we were reading daily, number two, and was the book exciting, and did you enjoy this activity, and if yes, what should be our next book?
It took us a few weeks to finish the book. We read 2 chapters every day, and there was, I think, 22 chapters in the whole book. And we were reading 2 chapters every day, which is like 30 or 40 pages. And we did that every day, and then once we finished 2 chapters, we would summarize it and present it to the whole family.
We were sharing the story.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we finished the book and we summarized the whole book, and then I think the book was very entertaining, and like I enjoyed it very much. It was very interesting.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay.
So I like the book, and the book I want to read next is Roald Dahl Matilda.
Matilda. That is another title. Wow. So you already put it on the list.
He had more than he has more than 16 books.
Oh, very good. This is very informative, man. ये देख लीजिए जनाब, ये और 16 दूसरी किताब है. 16 more books are there about the same, written by the same author. So we will try to read some of these books as well. तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि हमने ये जो एक्टिविटी रखी है बुक रीडिंग का घर पे आपसे शेयर करने का हमारा मकसद ये है कि आप भी अपने घरों में अपने बच्चों के साथ इस तरह की एक्टिविटी बुक रीडिंग का रखें, छुट्टियों में खासकर, तो आपका टाइम भी अच्छा गुजरेगा और इससे एक तरह से लर्निंग भी होती है. बहुत बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि बच्चे जो चीज़ें पढ़ते हैं वो हमारी नॉलेज में नहीं होती हैं, या हम उससे बहुत, या हमने लाइफ में कभी पढ़ी नहीं होती हैं. तो बच्चों के साथ जब बात करते हैं तो इस तरह के फिक्शनल स्टोरीज और ये इंगेजिंग होती हैं, और इसकी वजह से इन्वायरमेंट भी अच्छा हो जाता है, हमारी अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ के लिए भी ये अच्छी बात है, और इससे हमारी लर्निंग भी होती है, और इससे और क्या बेनिफिट्स है? व्हाट आर अदर बेनिफिट्स ऑफ दिस एक्टिविटी?
To help you build your brain.
Good. And then stay away from screen as well. It helps us to stay away from screens.
Yes.
Yeah.
It spends your time in a more effective way instead of using screen and filling your mind with useless stuff.
Okay.
And when you read something, it's different than watching it on the screen. When you read something, it's like it goes into your long-term memory. So like if you read it now, then when you're an adult and you have kids, and the kids are like, what do you used to read when you were a kid, and you can tell them maybe the whole story even.
Yeah, that's true. Anything to
Reading
conclude?
much reading improves your English level, and it improves your reading skills, so it's good for everyone.
Reading and speaking
Speaking
and
skills.
writing as well, because if you know more about if you are engaging more with the text, your all skills, writing, reading, speaking, all skills are getting better. So that is it for today. गिरियल दन व्लॉग से आज के लिए इजाजत दीजिए. अल्लाह हाफिज.